Do you think there were times over the years that he was unfairly blamed for some things? Like I'm a Mets fan, I'm a Knicks fan, so the Knicks fan base really hates Dolan. The Mets fan base used to hate the Wilpons before Steve Cohen came in. But like if you were leaving the parking lot and there was an abnormal amount of traffic, like you could probably find fans blaming that traffic on the Wilpons a couple of years ago. Do
Yes.
you think that Snyder was also unfairly blamed for some things at times?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I said early in his tenure, I would say yes. Like you had to understand why he was doing what he was doing. He was trying to win.
Yeah.
It was misguided in the way he went about winning. But like I would, since you're a Mets fan, I would say this. Even about the current ownership because you didn't mention them by name. But like, do you think what they're doing to build their roster is a good thing? You know that he's doing it all in the name of winning. He just might not be getting those decisions right. So he's willing to put his money up to try to build the best roster possible. So can you really blame him for that? So I think that there's some similarities there with something like that. Dan Snyder was doing kind of F them picks early in his tenure before it was vogue to do it. He was hiring big name Hall of Fame level coaches at the time. He wasn't giving them time to grow a roster. He wasn't giving them time to build a culture. He was very impatient, but it came from a place of trying to win as a fan. And because there was so much change, turmoil, overhaul, all these decisions never worked out, people then started to blame him, which I think probably happened, to some of the teams that you've talked to. That point, but what it got to the last 5 to 10 years was something. I tweeted out something last week, like, "How's everybody feeling today after the sale went through?" And somebody replied, and I thought it really kind of hit the nail on the head. He said, "You know what? I just don't feel like any longer it's immoral to root for them."
Mm.
And that's the level it got to. I think, we as sports fans and people who care about these teams, if the ownership is putting their best foot forward and trying to win, then the chips will fall where they may, and you can criticize what they do, but at least you know what their goals are. The last 5 to 10 years, with all the things that were happening in the building, it just became very difficult to separate what was happening on the field from what was happening on the other side of the building.